So, uh, that same day obviously was WWE's Elimination Chamber Premium Live event, which was capped by Sami Zayn's very emotional performance in the main event of Elimination Chamber in Montreal, um, when he actually lost to Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. But I wanted to know, what were some of your takeaways from the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event?
It was a really good show. Like, I wanted to give it like a 9 out of 10, but then, Montez didn't win. It pissed me off. But outside of that little ick that I had, it was a phenomenal pay-per-view. It definitely made up for the Royal Rumble because the Royal Rumble done pissed me off so much. I didn't even bother watching the second half of the women's. But it was a great show. Even as drunk as I was, I can remember so many highlights. I thought both chamber matches were very entertaining and showcased everyone wonderfully. It didn't feel like it was rushed. It felt like it was properly planned out. Um, the only match I didn't give a fuck about, and y'all could probably guess this one. My arch nemesis. Yes, my arch
Duh.
nemesis.
Thought that was your favorite
Yes.
match.
No, absolutely not. I definitely most turned away and then guzzled more Remy Martin when I saw the butler next to my man. But we're gonna move on from that because that's not important and neither is she. I thought the match with Sammy and Roman um definitely delivered because like I said going in, we did not know who was going to win. We did not know like what to expect out of it. And again, as I said last podcast, that's when wrestling is good, when the storyline is juicy, because there was about like three ways they could have went about booking this, and the way that they chose wasn't exactly what I thought up in my head. But what I love is that they still planted some seeds,
Mm,
and they definitely took a risk by letting Roman win with that crowd, because that crowd was like, that was a Sammy crowd.
that was a
That
very
was
exciting.
a fucking Sammy crowd. They took a risk. Like, I was expecting like a Bruiser Brody like reaction from the crowd when Roman won. Like, I was expecting people to take their chairs and just throw shit at him or whatever. I was expecting like a riot when Roman won. But the way they went about it, I couldn't have been mad because they set it up in a way to where this could still be revisited.
Mm.
But also it brings more anticipation for Cody's match. And of course, now you also have that extra plot going in there with how Sammy intended on taking Roman out, and then he got Jay, and Jay was his only ally. And I'm not sure if Jay even caught how that happened. It looked like he just got up, he got blindsided, and boom. So there's so much tea there. And you could
Mhm.
tell that they're not just stopping there with this Sammy storyline. Now, in my heart, did I want Sammy to win? Of course, I wanted Sammy to win. But I get why they went with Roman, and I could not have been mad. Like, this storyline is super hot, super juicy, and I'm just more excited as the days goes on, the weeks go on, for WrestleMania. What did you think about the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view?
Whew, I agree. It was a 9 out of 10, and the Sammy Roman match, obviously, very, very layered. I was very, very happy at the way that it ended. I'm just glad that Sammy got to be in that position of just being in the main event in an event leading up to Mania. I think that was super important. I think that was super good for him, and his character. I think that the ending of KO coming out and kind of coming to the rescue started to rebuild the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn storyline, which is something that I predicted. Um, and the fact that it happened in Montreal, and we're getting this slow burn into them coming together and taking out the bloodline, I think is something that's very, very exciting. Um, there were, however,
So you see a tag team coming out
oh,
of this?
absolutely, absolutely, I definitely see
Okay.
KO and Sammy versus the Usos at Mania for the tag
Hmm.
titles.
Okay.
Um, but the thing that stood out to me was that United States Championship Elimination Chamber match, because we got two new developments from it. Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul is happening at Mania,
Oh yeah, that did happen. Mhm.
and Montez Ford is a star. I don't think that that's something that we've doubted. I don't think like you and I, we've known that Montez is a star. We know that he can go. We know that he has all the intangibles and the tangibles to be something in this business, but he had a star making performance. And now I think it's very, very realistic to see Montez Ford go for the United States Championship, go for the Intercontinental Championship. I think that it's very, very possible that we could see after Mania, Bianca walking out as Raw Women's Champion, Montez walking out as the United States Champion. I think that would be
That'd be
adorable.
so beautiful.
But
No, it would be because the way he referenced that little video that everyone saw after she versed Sasha and how he was just there ready to just like pick her up and cheer her on and stuff like
yeah,
that. And then when she won with Becky, that'd be really cute if we could get a third video where like her man finally is not on the sidelines but now standing beside her.
right,
Would
as a
love
champ.
that moment. Yeah,
I
yeah.
I,
But go on. Hmm.
I think that that's more than possible. But we'll see what happens because we're hearing a lot about this Austin Theory John Cena match, which I also wouldn't mind. But yeah,
That'd be
I think the Elimination Chamber pay per view was great. I give it a 9 out of 10 as well. But we're gonna move on. I want to know how everybody else feels about the Elimination Chamber premium live event as we move closer to WrestleMania. But move